reflected. Feel the code. Now you're being directed. Frank's World on your screen. I'm never alone. Inside Synastry in the digital zone. Frank's World on your screen. I'm never alone. Inside Synastry in the digital zone.
Well, hello, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and I don't think I'm streaming on X today. My name is Frank Lavinia. You can catch me at the following URLs: impactquantum.com, datadriven.com.tv, datadriven.tv, and of course franksworld.com. Frank's World is actually celebrating 30 years this year of being online, which is kind of crazy to imagine. What has changed in the world and in my life in the last 30 years. I'm going to do, I think, a limited run podcast series about the history of the web and kind of that. Definitely plan to do a lot of fun content. I have my Quantum t-shirt on today. You can go to the Data Driven merch store. It should be available still on Amazon. A little plug there. Helps keep the show going. But I am inside my yard, my little tiny dog run, just because I don't want the dogs running around outside today too much and exhausting themselves. You can see already that, and this section's a little messy. I need to do some cleanup. They're hanging out. This one here is sunning. They're both sunning themselves, actually, kind of just chilling out. Didn't want them to be outside for too long in the heat. But speaking of the heat, it is actually, I think, so far the hottest day of the year. Heat indexes here are going to get to 110, I heard. And it'll be about 96 degrees Fahrenheit air temperature. And I'm very thankful, not only to have a functioning HVAC, but to live kind of on the side of a hill, on top of a hill. So we get a nice breeze pretty often, so it's not so awful. And kind of nice to have the sun out because we've had just rain for quite some time. And I'm not going to stay out for very long because it is pretty humid. But hello. But I've been very pleased. Here you go. You want to say hello? No? Okay. Very pleased to have a dehumidifier, and I highly recommend you get one because it definitely makes things a lot more comfortable, especially if you live on the East Coast or anywhere that gets just really ridiculously humid. I was talking to somebody today on the phone at a meeting today, and they're like, well, they were in North Carolina, and well, Maryland is kind of the South. Yeah, it kind of is. Kind of north, kind of south, kind of not. It's a superposition of north and south, I like to say, again with the quantum joke. And but fun fact, the entire state is south of the Mason-Dixon, so it is technically, if you use that as your line, and yes, it is in the south. I do live kind of in a borderline of what would be considered the coastal plain, and I think the Piedmont Plateau, I think is what they call it. Basically, not quite on the coast, but not quite in the Appalachians. And yes, the Appalachians do run through Western Maryland. So I think Hagerstown's the first big town in the mountain chain, and we're about like an hour from there. So, what's really nice on the property I have is we moved here a few years ago during the pandemic, and what's really nice is normally it's nice in the summer. It's nice in the winter. It's not so nice. Is that there's a break in the Appalachians about, I don't know, maybe 15 miles that way. There's two breaks in the area in the Appalachian trail, mountains on the trail, and the wind will kind of funnel through those, and we're basically like literally downwind from one of the breaks. So it becomes the other day, actually, in the storm, we had a pretty big thunderstorm with wind and whatnot. I mean, everything was just blown everywhere. In fact, the mess you see there is largely um, um, from that is largely from that. But the stuff that's not inside this fence was blown everywhere. So had to get the kids to do it, and getting the kids to do the stuff not in this contained area was a much bigger deal. But as you can see, the pups are sunning themselves, and we've been out here quite a bit, so I think we're going to go inside now. But yeah, here's a quick look at the rest of the property. Just on the other side of those trees is the break in the mountains, and might as well start picking up. Oh God! So while I'm doing a tour, I have a little garden this year. I have one of these little grow boxes. Got spicy Thai peppers, eggplant, and cucumber. A couple of sweet peppers. Ooh, we have a couple of new ones for me. And sweet peppers and sage. And I accidentally got a watermelon plant. I actually meant to get another eggplant. So, you know, fun stuff for a city boy to have a garden. Well, with that in mind, I'm going to go inside, get some rehydrate, get these pups some water. Yeah, they're ready to go inside. You ready to go inside? It's kind of hot. They were barking to go out, so I figured I'd get them. So with that, I'm going to end the stream and wish you all a very great day.